Have you ever wondered why some people seems to get opportunity while others still stay stuck? Not because they're always the loudest, not because they're always the most talented at birth, not even because they are the most passionate. Sometimes the difference is simple. They become so skilled that people could not ignore them. And what is interesting is that this idea is not new. Cal Newport wrote a book called So Good They Can't Ignore You, where he argued that skill, discipline, and craftsmanship matter more than simply, quote, following your passion. But thousands of years before that, the Bible already gave us a similar principle in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 29. It says, "Do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings, he will not stand before obscure men." That verse is powerful. It's basically saying when a person becomes excellent at their work, their skills open door. I want to connect Proverbs 22:29 with Cal Newport's book, So Good They Can't Ignore You, and show why mastery may be one of the most biblical and practical paths to opportunity. So start with the verse. Do you see a man skillful in his work? That word skillful matters. The verse is not talking about someone who merely dreams. It is not talking about someone who only talks. It is not talking about someone who has potential but never develops it. It is talking about a person who has trained their hands, minds, and character to become excellent at what they do. A skillful person is someone who has become useful, capable, and trustworthy. Then the verse said he will stand before kings. That does not always mean literally standing before a king or president. It means skill can bring you before important people, serious opportunity, and higher level of responsibility. A person who master their craft can be trusted in bigger rooms. Then the verse said he will not stand before obscure men. In other words, excellence often lifts a person out of hiddenness. Not always instantly, not always easily, not always in the way they expect, but generally, the Bible recognizes this pattern. Skill creates access. Now, how does this connect to Cal Newport's book, So Good They Can't Ignore You? A lot of modern advice says, follow your passion. But Newport challenged that. He says passion often comes after you get good at something, not before. That is an important idea. Many people wait to feel passionate before they work hard. They say, I will study when I feel motivated. I will code when I feel inspired. I will start the business when I feel ready. I will pursue my calling when I discover my passion. But Proverbs 22, verse 29 gives a different picture. It does not say, do you see a man who feels passion? It says, do you see a man skillful in his work? The Bible points our attention to our competence, diligence, and excellence. Cal Newport called this the craftsman mindset. The craftsman mindset asks, what value am I producing? How can I become better? How can I improve my skill? How can I make my work so good that it becomes undeniable? That sounds close to Proverbs 22:29. The person who becomes skillful stands before king. The person who becomes excellent becomes difficult to ignore. You see, passion is not enough. They think that passion is enough. You know, passion without skill can become frustration. You can become passionate about music and still not know how to play. You can become passionate about coding and still not know how to build software. You can become passionate about business and still not know how to sell, manage money, or serve customer. You can become passionate about teaching and still not know how to explain clearly. Passion is good, but passion is not mastery. Skill is like the fireplace that gave the fire structure. Without skill, passion burns out or burns everything down. That is why Proverbs does not praise mere desire, it praises skill. The Bible is not against desire. The Bible is not against dream. The Bible is not against ambition, but biblical wisdom say desire must be joined with diligence. Proverbs 13:4 says, the soul of the sluggard craves and get nothing, while the souls of the diligent is richly supplied. In plain English, lazy people want a lot, but diligent people build. And one of the hardest part about becoming skillful is that most of the work happens when nobody sees. When David stood before Goliath, he was faithful with sheep. When Joseph stood before Pharaoh, he was tested in slavery and prison. When Bezalel built the tabernacle, he had craftsmanship, wisdom, and ability. Before someone stands before quote unquote kings, they usually spend a long time being unknown. This is important because many people want the platform before the preparation. They want the job before the skill. They want the money before the value. They want the influence before the character. They want the recognition before the repetition. But Proverbs 22:29 show us the order. First become skillful, then doors open. Cal Newport's book says something similar. Do not obsess over finding the perfect passion first. Instead, build rare and valuable skill. When your skill become valuable, you gain more control, more opportunity, and often more love for the work itself. So what does this mean practically? It means you should stop asking only, what am I passionate about? And start asking, what skill can I master that would make me useful? That is a better question because when you become useful, you become valuable. For example, if you are learning programming, do not just say, I want to become a software engineer. Ask, can I solve real problems? Can I build projects? Can I debug my code? Can I explain what I build? Can I write clean codes? Can I keep improving when it gets frustrating? If you're learning business, ask, can I serve customer? Can I understand the market? Can I sell honestly? Can I manage money? Can I create something people actually need? If you're learning communication, ask, can I explain hard ideas simply? Can I speak clearly? Can I write in a way people understand? Can I persuade without manipulating? This is the path to mastery. No, not hype, not shortcut, not pretending. Real skill. So the goal is not arrogant excellence. The goal is to be faithfully excellence, to be faithful excellence. The Bible praises skill, but also warns against pride. So don't become so good at something and start thinking, I'm better than everyone. I do not need God. My talent makes me superior. My success proves my worth. Arrogant excellence says, look how great I am. But faithful excellence says, God gave me ability, time, teachers, opportunity, and strength. I will develop what he gave me and use it well. That is the biblical view. Master the skill, but stay humble. Become valuable, but do not become prideful. Stand before king, but do not forget the king above all kings. So do not wait for passion to magically carry you. Do not only dream, do not only talk, do not only consume motivational content. Become skillful. Practice when it is born. Study when it is difficult. Improve when nobody's watching. Accept correction. Build real ability. Serve people with your work. Because over time, skill compounds. Small daily improvement becomes serious ability. Serious ability becomes value. Value creates opportunity. Opportunity creates influence, and influence can be used to serve God and people. That is why Proverbs said the skillful person will stand before king. And Cal Newport says, you should become so good they cannot ignore you. So what is one skill God has placed in you that you need to stop merely wishing for and start seriously developing? Whatever it is, do not despise the small beginning. The hidden practice matter, the boring repetition matter, the little improvement matter, because the path to excellence is usually not dramatic. It is daily faithfulness. So become skillful. So what skill are you trying to master right now? And remember, do not just chase passion, build skill, become faithful in the hidden place, and become so good they cannot ignore you.